Colorado hat.
Wait, I need to wear my hat.
Yeah, we're hat wearing buddies today. Yo. Okay, now I get why your name is Flamingo and some of your stuff. Where
And the
did you get
flamingo.
that hat?
Actually, this was from somebody that came to the party, but this is the one that Princess got me from Amazon.
Oh, okay, I like the hat. Oh wait, you
They're both
know,
hats.
I thought that was a pillow at first, so I was like, you know what, the feather ones, the feathered one. I feel like that's a bit too much, but at the same time, it's like just right for a flamingo. Anyway, we're a bunch of animals here. Let me see if I
Yes,
can.
sir.
Let me see if I can put this up, standing up. There you go. Just a bunch of animals here. A flamingo on my left, and a. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna name it reindeer because I'm a reindeer. It could be a
Proper
moose,
name.
right? It is my name.
There-
So anyway,
There's no discrimination.
right. It's 2021. Hashtag love wins. You know. Anyway, in 3, 2, 1. Welcome everyone. Welcome back to Geeks Reborn Podcast, GRP. I'm your host, Ray, and today I have my very good guest, Lorenzo.
It's your boy Zoe, the flamingo boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I like that energy. I like that energy. For today's topic, it's a little bit different. It's still some. You love Korea, right? Like you love that.
I
It,
it's amazing.
So your Korea is my Japan, pretty much. I love Japan, even though it's mostly because they have a giant Gundam
So
statue.
here's what I'm gonna say though. Like, I remember one of my dreams was to go to Japan so badly,
Mm-hmm.
but I ended up going to Korea because of the military, and I ended up loving Korea.
I was about to ask you that. I was like, what made you like? What caused you? I know it was because of the military. Was just being stationed there, or?
So whenever I first joined, they gave me like some options.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. Like they tell you like, hey, you're gonna get deployed somewhere. Like, where do you want to go? And one of my options was Korea, just
Okay.
because I really wanted to go because I was really into K-pop and K-dramas, which are
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Yeah, my parents are
And
watching them or watching K drama.
yeah, so they ended up telling me like, hey, you're actually going to Fort Hood, which is here in Texas.
Okay. Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, what? And then the next day they were like, oh, never mind, you're going to Korea. And I was like, what?
That's awesome. How long were you
And
there for?
I was there for a year,
Oh, okay.
just
Oh
1 year.
wow. I thought you were there for quite a while.
No, it seemed like it was a long time, especially like, oh man, it was,
Because
not gonna lie.
I was about to say like I don't think I think I met you through like a Skype call or a phone was like a phone call or something when Thea introduced you to me, and
Yeah.
I didn't meet you until like a little bit further down the line or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like a lot of the people that I met that are like my wife's friends, Thea's friends, like I met them on like video calls and whatnot. And I mean, all of you guys that I've met in real life, you guys are great.
Yeah, I
But yeah, man.
I think you just kind of like like I don't even remember the very first time we met. I just remember you like after the phone call or the video call, you just started showing up like bits and pieces of my memories. Like in Harry Potter, you got broken up. You're randomly everywhere now. I was just like, yeah,
Yeah,
I think yeah, I've known this guy, but I don't know how it started. I don't remember, but we're here.
it's
All
all
right.
just a great friendship.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, there we go. I'm gonna move my mic up a bit because I've had audio problems on my side anyway for quite some time, and I still couldn't figure them out. Okay. All right. So back to the topic, Korea. Okay, let's see.
He-
There we go.
All right, so here's something I'm gonna say, right? So obviously I went to Korea because I'm in the military and that was my first duty station. But it's hard. It's very hard whenever you first get to like a different country
Mm-hmm.
because culture shock is
Mm-hmm.
very, very real.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
Yeah, so whenever I got to Korea, I remember for like the first like 3 months, I was like super depressed because first it was the first time I was far away from my family.
Yeah, I bet.
And like also I didn't know like what was going on around me. Everything was so different and there was a lot of tension between like North Korea and South Korea, so that was even worse.
And yeah, plus you don't know how to speak the language. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Do you
only
know?
the only thing I knew what to say was "사랑해요, oppa."
So what about now? Have you learned more words or like phrases or sentences?
I did learn like important stuff like, I'm hungry or like, oh, like where's the bathroom and stuff like that. So, just like
Okay,
normal everyday stuff.
the everyday
Uh,
words. Okay.
yeah, and like being in the army, like a lot of the people that I would like meet would say like, "Oh, I fucking hate Korea. Like this sucks. Like there's nothing to do here." And for me, like I was like, "No, I'm not going to come here with the mentality of like this is going to suck." I was like, "I'm going to make the best out of it. This is my first time being in an Asian country. I love Asia. Like it's so great."
Yeah.
So, I was just like trying to make friends with like the Korean people, the Korean soldiers, and eventually like they loved me. Like I was such good friends with them and they showed me everywhere like,
Oh,
oh man.
nice, nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Also, a
so
little bit of a technical difficulties. You're like kind of laggy, or you're like freezing here and there.
oh man. Let me see. Just I don't know how to fix that.
Faster internet, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks cuz I'm actually on vacation right now, so I'm in my brother's house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Hey, you know what? Thank you for coming here. Literally ma- saving like a lot of your time just for this. Like I know it's like super last minute, which is a very very common theme in this show. I will literally text people an hour before the actual show and be like, "Yo, want to show up for an episode of my show?" And they'll be like, "Sure, what's the topic?" And it's like, "This." Then they'll be like, "When is it?" It's like, "I'm on my way home, so at 8."
Yeah, so you said you wanted to have the episode yesterday, and
Oh, yeah, my
yesterday
bad
didn't
about that.
happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and today I honestly forgot, and then you were like, "Hey, are you ready?" Like in about like 30 minutes, and I was like, my mom wants to do something." It was a good thing that where we went, it was packed, so they were like, "Nah, let's go back home." And I was like, "All
Okay.
right, bet."
Yeah, my bad about that. That was on me. I should have moved it up instead of like delay like postponing it at like 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I should have just went because like my parents came home late from the restaurant, so we didn't really have time till like much later on for dinner.
Yeah, oh,
So
man.
yeah, I mean, if I knew they were gonna be late, I would have just moved it to like 7 as soon as I get home. Like, you guys were probably available by then and such.
Yeah.
But hey,
Hey,
like I
okay,
said,
we're here
we're here
making it
making it
happen. A
happen.
flamingo
So,
hat.
reindeer hat. I'm assuming it could be a moose. I don't know what animals, horned animals are in Colorado at the moment. So that's all I know. But anyway, what are what did you do in Korea? Like what what did the Koreans show you in over there? Like what was
It
the
was
most memorable things?
There was a lot of partying. That before I went to Korea, I did not drink a lot.
Yeah.
I really didn't. When I got to Korea, it was every weekend drink, drink, drink. Let me tell you, some fun times. It was drink and food. Food is exquisite. It's absolutely amazing in Korea. Very cheap, and alcohol is super cheap as well. You can get a liter of soju for $4.
Damn.
It's basically, yeah, it's like it's their vodka, and like obviously here, if you buy like a liter of vodka, it's like $20 minimum.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a lot of drinking, and it was great. I actually enjoyed it quite a lot because you get to hang out with like your friends and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
snack on some food, and then you start drinking. What caught me by
Start.
surprise was it was just how like their interactions between peers are. So like the elder like get more respect, and then the younger you are, you're just like a little kid to them and whatnot. Like they're like, oh hey, go get us the alcohol, or like, oh hey, serve us the alcohol, like serve us the food. Like it was very weird, and it was weird for me because like since I was foreigner and like I was like their favorite American soldier, um, they would be like everything for my friend Hernandez. Like that's what they call me by my last name. They were like,
Yeah.
Hernandez, like serve him like more alcohol, or like go get him some chips. And I'm like, oh okay, thanks. Like it was great.
That's
Oh, I
awesome.
loved it.
They're really
Yeah.
friendly. That's awesome. Yeah,
So,
like I spent some time in Japan, and of course that was like when I was a kid, so I'm not really quite sure. But all I know is that Japan is a beautiful place with beautiful places, beautiful sights. What is the most memorable, like the most? Where is the most beautiful place in Korea? Would you say?
oh man. So I remember one time. So my main job in the military is being in a clinic, a
Okay.
dental facility.
Okay.
So I'm like a dental assistant. So the front desk lady, it was this old Korean woman. She was probably like around 68 years old. One summer she was like, "Hey, I want to invite y'all to my farmhouse. Like, did y'all want to come down?" And I was like, heck yeah, like I can experience like Korean culture, like that not a lot of Americans get to experience. I was like, yeah, let's go. She took us somewhere in Korea. It was like in the middle of nowhere. We passed through like mountains, like they have like huge tunnels and stuff. So we passed through mountains, we passed through lakes and stuff, and we got to like this mountainous area, and her little farmhouse was just like up the mountain, and like it was just greenery everywhere, and like right outside her house there was like a huge lake. It was great. Like it was like her house was like old style Korean, so like how you see it in like the movies where like you open like the rice doors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was so great. But yeah, those farmlands are amazing.
Okay. Okay. So, what is your describe your favorite K drama in the worst possible way? I'm not gonna guess it because I have seen none of them, but my parents do watch some of them, and they will talk to me about it sometimes. So, if I know it enough, maybe.
Oh man, so it's actually been a while since I saw a Korean drama. Um, but there's this one that was my favorite, and it was basically this young girl who dies, and she's just like a ghost, and she's like, oh man, I don't remember. Like it's been a while. Like I haven't watched a Korean drama in so long. But yeah, it's basically just a young girl that turns into a ghost, and
Is that a
like she
nine tails
she has
fox?
like she has a kid, and
Oh.
so like she's like watching her kid like grow up, and it's super sad.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was the
Yeah,
show I was thinking, but it's apparently not. Um, have you ever seen Running Man?
yes, I have.
Okay,
Absolutely genius. I
okay,
love it.
okay. Because I remember in high school, my sister, my older sister anyway, and her friends are really into it. My best friend at the time was also, well, he's still my best friend, but during that time,
Yeah,
he
he's
was
not my
also
best friend
watching.
no more.
Yeah, no more, not anymore. Not just at that time, but yeah, he was watching it as well. I just remember I was like, wow, you guys watched the same show. And I mean,
Yeah,
I saw one of them, and they were like one skit, I think, and they were pretty funny. Kind of
yeah,
reminds me
I
of
love.
the Silent Library, the Japanese show was.
Oh man, I don't know what that one's about,
Silent
but
Library. It was. Check it out. It's hilarious, but like I said, I feel like it's a similar show to Running Man or something. I might be wrong
Running
though.
Man, like their Halloween episodes are really funny. They're so good. Like, you should watch at least like the Halloween episodes because like
Okay.
they're all like scared, going through like like dark abandoned places and whatnot. But yeah, man, it's a great entertainment.
What would you say is like an American equivalent to a running to the show?
Oh, I honestly don't really watch that much American television.
Okay.
I think literally like I would only watch like like Netflix shows and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So like not
So
I
what
don't
is
know.
I don't know I've never really seen Running Man. What is Running Man like? Is it, I've
It
always thought it was like a competition
Yeah,
show,
it's like a
like a funny competition
competition
show.
show.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So like they do like little like events where like, oh, like you're gonna have to like run through this like water obstacle and then get on a taxi, and then you're gonna have to take the taxi to like this location and then find the hidden object and stuff like that.
okay. So it's like the Amazing Race, but with a twist, of comedic twist. I
Maybe I haven't seen that show.
I've seen a little bit of it. I'm just assuming as well. It could be the same, but yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. The Running Man. Um, K-pop best uh best group in two
Okay,
divisions. On the guys division, the girls division.
that's really hard. Oh man.
I don't know.
So
Well, I don't. I know some, but not all.
so for me, like my favorite K-pop artist is not even a group. It's just a solo artist. It's
Okay.
IU.
Wait, that sounds familiar. Her-
IU. I just love IU. Like she's amazing. And I honestly think that she's like one of the I'm not sure. I could be wrong about this, but she's one of the most popular solo artists that was able to make it through Korea's like harsh standards of like good music, which is amazing. Cuz she's like, K-pop and she's like her own style. So,
Okay.
and then for the guys, I was obsessed with BTS before it went
There it is.
stupid viral.
There it is. I was about to say like.
But I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, so I love BTS when they started, and I pretty much stopped listening to BTS back in 2014,
Oh wow.
like
Oh wow. They've
2014
been around then.
2015. Yeah, so
Damn.
their old music was really great because I like hip hop, and like there were more hip hop and stuff,
Okay.
and I stopped listening to them, and it just became poppy and whatnot. So here's the funny thing: whenever I got to Korea, actually no, I was still listening to them in 2017. Not as much, but still a little bit.
You were catching up with them or something like trying to keep up with them, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much because I was like, oh, I'm going to Korea. Like, I gotta learn like the new songs. Like, I need to know like BTS new music and stuff like that. When I got to Korea, I was like, oh, hey, my name is Hernandez. Do y'all like BTS? Like, I know it's fucking weird to start like that, but they'll be like, no, not really. And I'm like, they're Korean, right? And they're like, yeah, but BTS is not that good. And I was like, what? BTS is like blowing up in America. How is it not good? Like it was my brain exploded then.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think it's because more on the Tumblr side that kind of boosts their, their group as a whole.
Yeah, so and it's actually funny like Korean male artists, like male K-pop artists are not super like famous in Korea. Like
Oh
they
really?
prefer group girl groups.
Oh.
Yeah, so like the biggest ones whenever I was over there was Twice,
Oh yeah.
Red Velvet,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
IU. Like it's crazy that IU, like even throughout all these years, I think she's been around since like 2011. Like she's still popular in Korea. Like, and I was amazed by that. And I was also very happy because I was like, oh, like I would talk to my Korean friends and I'll be like, oh, I love IU. Like I would listen to her and they'll be like, oh my God, you're listening to IU, and I'm like, yeah, man, I love her. And they'll be like, oh my God, me too. Like it was great. Like I had those like interactions and it always made my day.
I mean, that's a way to connect with people, you know. Music
Yes, sir.
connects. Yeah, I've heard some Korean K-pop songs. They were catchy. I learned one move like something like that. I don't know. It's been a
Uh,
while. That's the only dance move I watched because I saw my old boss. Well, is a K-pop fan, so I was just like watching it sometimes with him, and I was just like, I can do that dance, and I tried it, and I was like, I need to watch it again.
you were like, let me do this. I got this.
Yeah.
We man, we should have learned a dance for this podcast.
All right. That's all I remember. It's like something like I don't know. I don't-
I'm like Titi, just like Titi. All right. So here's one thing that made me super sad. All right. So I was born in Mexico. I was raised in Mexico. 2011, we came to the US. And pretty much since 2011 until I went to Korea, like I've been here. So it was from 2011 till 2017. I went to Korea, and while I was over there, I was like, I do not want to go back to America.
Yep.
It sucks here. Like I love America, don't get me wrong. Like there's a lot of like cool stuff you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Korea is just so cheap. You do not need a vehicle.
That's
Public
true.
transportation. Public transportation is so cheap and amazing. Like I loved it. Like it was great. Ah, it made me sad. It made me so sad. And then there was also like a lot of like the shootings, like the school shootings were happening when I was over there. And
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, "Oh man, like oof, like that's crazy. Like I'm scared." And like mall shootings and I was like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, that's just is that like that era, you know,
Yeah.
that
It,
time frame,
man.
time period. Yeah, it was like a bad time to be in America. I would assume
Yeah,
because of the shootings and stuff.
I remember like the worst news that I ever watched in Korea was America shootings.
Oh really?
Yeah, like they were like, "Oh, like these like this is what's happening in America. Like there's a lot of shootings." And I obviously didn't understand what they were saying, but my friend was like, "Oh, look, they're talking about America." And I'm like, "What the hell?" Yeah.
And damn, yeah, that's the main political issue nowadays. You know, towards the ideas of owning guns. Good to have them,
Yeah.
but they're very dangerous tools sometimes. Most of the
Yeah,
time.
also I mean, I don't know, like Texas laws are crazy too, owning a gun and carrying a gun without a license, that's insane.
Yeah.
I remember like I was talking to my Korean friends and I was like, "Yo, like do you guys ever have shootings here?" Like and they're like, "We don't even have guns." And I'm like,
They use
"What?"
swords.
Yeah, they use swords like old style right now, but even the police officers like they don't even carry guns either.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, like
Just just
I
straight
think the
up beat
only
them up.
time yeah, like they have like their batons and stuff. Like motherfuckers, stop moving. We'll beat you up with the stick.
So
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask about what would be, in your opinion, the wildest um, experience you've ever had in a PG-13. Oh, well, I guess without getting into detail, like too much detail anyway.
Oh man, there's quite a few that I remember, but this is the craziest one that I had, and it wasn't even that crazy just because I don't remember. So that's where the problem starts.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
whenever a story starts with that, it's always a dangerous one because
Yeah.
it's too wild.
No, so it was for New Year's.
Yeah.
We were gonna go to a New Year's party, and it was in Gangnam. For those of y'all that don't know much about Korea, Gangnam is like where you want to be. That's like our what would be our equivalent? Like New York?
I was about to say Los Angeles.
Yeah, like Hollywood, right?
Yeah,
Kind of like
because
that.
of
Like
the
it's for the rich people, for the fancy people. Like everything's expensive in Gangnam,
okay, so
and
either
so
New York or New York or California or Los Angeles. Yeah.
yeah. So my friends like they were like, "Yo, let's go to this party.
Or
It's gonna be
Miami.
like a ball, like like a New Year's ball." And I was like, "All right, cool. Like, let's go. I've never experienced one, so I was like, even better because I'm in Korea. Like, I get to experience a New Year ball, and also like
Your
one
first
in
time.
Korea."
Yeah, your first time to have to experience one, and it's in Korea. That's two birds, one stone. You know.
Yeah, so I remember, oh man, they were like, "Oh, hey, you need to pay for the ticket to go to this website and buy it there." And I was like, "All right, bet." It was $80 just to get in.
Wow.
It didn't
Usually,
even count.
damn.
Well,
I was about to say it's like eh, usually that kind of a party and it's here. It's gonna be like hundreds
so
at
like
least.
that's expensive in Korea. Like
Oh
this is
really?
like everything's cheap in Korea. So like $80 for like a ticket just to get inside the ball, like that was expensive. So not a lot of people like of lower class go there.
Okay.
So it was mostly like doctors and stuff like that. Like it was pretty weird, but yeah. So it was $80 just to get in, and then if you had a code, because it's Korea, it's winter, it's cold as hell.
Yeah. Of
You have
course.
to pay to check in your code. That was $30.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
and
That's
then
accumulation.
yeah, and then each drink was around like $10 to $15. Like we're talking about like if you want a beer, that's $10. If you want a cocktail, $15. Like yeah, so
Damn, that's expensive.
yeah, so we went there and I remember like I checked in my coat. I was with my buddies. We snuck in some soju bottles from outside, like those $3 alcohol bottles,
Yeah.
and we were chugging them like while we were inside the big dancing stage. And the next thing I know is like I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go buy a cocktail. Anybody want anything?" And they were like, "No, we're good." After I drank that cocktail, I don't remember what happened.
It was when Wild Lorenzo went too wild.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so I woke up the next day. I was in my little like hotel room, and it was like I woke up by myself and there was throw up next to me, and I'm like, what the hell? Like I remember I went to the ball and what happened? And immediately I was like, "Oh my God, my wallet! I need my military ID. Like, where's my wallet?" And so I started like looking everywhere, and I was like, "Oh my God, here it is!" So I found my wallet. I did not find my phone, and that was very upsetting. I was like, "My phone! I literally just got it before coming to Korea."
And it's
Oh my God!
already gone.
Yeah, the phone was gone, and my vape, the back of it, like where the battery goes, like that was gone too. I was like, "Yo, what happened?" And so I talked to my friends. I was like, "Hey, like, what happened last night? Like, I don't remember anything." They were like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Let me tell you, you were really, really drunk. Like, you were gone." They were like, "We tried to get into a cab, and you got in the cab, and then you started spitting inside the cab, and they kicked us out of the cab." And I was like, "Oh my God, what?" They were like, "Yeah, dude, we had to catch like 3 cabs, and they all kept kicking us out because of you." I was like, "I'm so sorry." This is the worst one. We went to a store to get drinks, and I was sitting outside, and I apparently like I went into the store, and I was like, "Man, F y'all, I want a drink." And I spit on the floor, and the lady kicked us out of the store. She was like, "Out, out, out." Oh man, I was so sad. And I was like, I felt so bad. I was like, yeah, they were like, we're not hanging out with you again.
Mr. Spitter over here. This motherfucker's spitting.
Yeah, man, I feel so bad. Oh,
Oh man,
but
that's
yeah,
hilarious.
that was not a good way to start.
The
2000. What was it? 2018. Because I
yeah,
lost my phone.
lost your phone. Like spat everywhere apparently all over Korea.
I lost my dignity.
But it's okay. You don't remember, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe they're making it all up.
Exactly, fabricating memories.
Yeah, I probably just went to the party, had a few drinks, and I was like, "All right, guys, I'm heading out home. I'm pretty tired. Need to
Exactly,
get
exactly.
need to get rest for 2018."
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
crazy. It's like it's already 2021, and I felt like that was just last year.
Right.
Oh man.
I can forget 2020 happened, but then again, 2020 happened. No one really cared about it
But
because of
yet again, did 2020 even happen?
exactly. We're technically in 2020 part 5. If
Yeah.
if Die Hard can have 7 movies, if Fast and Furious movies can have 9 movies, 2020 can have 9 parts too.
Hey, Fast and Furious is going to space, man. There ain't no vehicles, there's spaceship.
Oh, I mean they already started it in Fast
Oh
9.
god.
Did
Oh
you see the
no.
trailer? They had a fucking rocket thrusters on a car, and it's just like a
What?
regular muscle car. I'm like, yeah, they're going to space in the final movie.
Oh,
They're
that
going
makes
to
me
space.
so sad. Okay, so when I was younger, I used to love Fast and Furious, right? I watched like the first like 2 or 3 movies. I thought they were pretty cool. And then as the years went by, it became stupid, stupider, stupider, and even stupider. Like there's so much BS happening. I'm sorry for the people that like Fast and Furious, but come on, man. The
I li-
last time I saw Fast and Furious, they were flying through buildings.
the one that was 7, but my favorite one is still 5 because I like heist movies, and
Oh yeah.
that was a great heist movies, and plus we have The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Mister Bald Man number 2. Then Jason
He's a
Statham is
handsome,
Bald Man number 3.
he's a handsome, beautiful man.
Mm-hmm. He is. The, the big muscles of his. Probably like 5 times as big as mine.
His muscle is my head.
Is our head combined.
Yeah. All
But
right. So
back to Korea. Flying back. Woo.
for
What?
people that think eating dogs is a myth, it is certainly not a myth.
You've seen it in
Yeah.
the, the food markets there, I'm assuming.
So I didn't actually like get to see like explicit like, oh, there's a dog right there. No, it was just a restaurant, and I remember I was walking with my Korean buddies, and they were like, "Yo, Hernandez, let's go eat some dog, man." And I was like, "Excuse me?" They were like, "Yeah, man, let's go eat some dog." And the other like it was 4 of us, and the other like 3 were like, Nah, we're not doing that." And I was like, you know what? You only live once. I was like, let's do it. And they were like, huh? What? You gonna eat dog? And I was like, I want to try it. Like, like if it's
Yeah.
already cooked.
Yeah, yeah. There,
And they
there's
were
the
like,
like moral limit, I guess.
ah, man, but I don't know. I love food and I like trying new things. So I was like, I'm willing to try it, but I'm probably going to end up throwing up. And then I'm probably going to regret this decision for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And so they ended up saying, "Oh, we're just kidding. We didn't think you would actually go." And I was like, "Y'all invited me, so let's go." And we did not eat dog.
At least you know what? They know that you would be down. Would regret it, but would be down.
Yeah,
And
I
it
did.
was a test.
I did eat a drinking snack. It was silkworm larva
Okay.
that was boiled.
How did that taste? Like
Man,
how would you describe it?
oh, I would just describe it as a what is a good? Oh man, it's like a imagine a boiled grape, like just the texture. Like you put it in your mouth,
Okay.
and then whenever you like bite into it, it's just like squirts juice all over your mouth.
Hey yo, but okay, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
And the taste, imagine your grandpa's socks that haven't been washed in 20 years, and then you boil them, and then you drink the broth of the old socks.
So it's not good. That's
It,
what.
it's an acquired taste. And it's called a drunk snack for a reason, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta be drunk to eat it.
That's true. You gotta be. You must never remember that you drink it, or slash eat it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried it while I was sober. Honestly, it wasn't too bad. It was just a really weird taste. Like I can't even honestly the socks is a little bit overboard, but that's kind of what it reminded me of. I'm like, "Oh man, I'm eating old boiled socks inside a grape." Oh, okay.
Inside a grape. It's just
Yeah,
a
and
random.
it's pretty cool cuz you go to like is old ladies like I feel so bad because like they're super old just working, right? And you'll be like, hey, like, well, I had my Korean buddy at the time, and I was like, yo, like, let's try it. And she would go and be like, oh, like, can we have one? And she'd be like, oh, yes, 50 cents. And then she would, like, grab two little paper cups, grab as much as it fit. She would literally tap it on top, like, yeah, go and get in there. Get in there, you little larvae. And then she would grab two toothpicks and put them on top, like, stab one. And she'd be like, oh, here you go. And yeah, man, I was like, I don't think that's how you're supposed to eat toothpicks, but you know, whatever works, works.
Street food is street food. Okay, so would you say that is your most hmm, extravagant? Maybe that word is not the right word.
9. I know what you're trying to say, like the weirdest food, like
But
the most
like
exotic
yeah, there
one.
we go. Exotic. Thank you.
No,
Uh,
it was not.
what would that be like? What is the? Would you say what is the Korean food? What is the Korean food? Oh.
The most exotic food that I had while I was in Korea, man, if I had eaten the dog, that would have been it. But I did not eat the dog, sadly and thankfully. For all my dog lovers, I love
Fortunately and
dogs.
unfortunately,
Yeah, I love dogs. I have like
you have like ten
5 of them.
thousand dogs, dude.
Yeah, so oh man, I don't know if y'all will be able to see it, but here's my tablet.
Y- Oh,
Can you see that?
oh, is that a octopus
Yes,
tentacle?
sir.
Okay.
I had raw octopus
And
and raw beef. I had beef sashimi.
oh, beef sashimi. I think I've had. Well,
Yeah.
that's a lie. I was about to say I think I've had that, but that would be a lie because my memory is really unreliable sometimes. But describe that octopus
So it
tentacle.
wasn't as scary as like the ones that you see on video where they're like, "Oh my God, be careful cuz like if you don't chew it enough, you'll die." This one was still moving a lot. But it was chopped into like very like tiny pieces, so that way people don't choke and die in their restaurant, because
Hmm.
otherwise, they'll lose customers and whatnot. It was very rubbery. It didn't really have a taste to it, so we ordered the beef sashimi bed, and then on top of the bed of beef sashimi, it had the raw octopus, and in the middle, it had a egg yolk. By the way,
Oh,
can you hear me?
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's more like I kept doing the full screen for my for this, and it just looks super weird because he keeps
Yeah,
doing
so
the electric, like it keeps skipping frames and such. All right, I put it back to normal.
give me one sec. All right, so yeah, so it was like the beef sashimi on the bottom, the raw octopus on top, and then in the middle of it was a egg yolk, like just a raw egg yolk. It was
Okay.
pretty weird, but
Raw
it was not
egg
too
yolk.
bad.
Oh, okay. I think I know.
Yeah,
I was like, how do you
and
do that without busting open? I was like, oh wait, never mind.
yeah, and so the flavor mostly comes from like they bring you like a little side of sesame oil
Okay.
with salt and pepper.
Okay. Okay. I've had that before. Not too bad.
Yeah, and so I had it with it, and it was pretty good. We had some soju with it. You know, it was like eating raw beef, raw octopus, raw egg yolk, and soju. So it was pretty nice. And it was funny because me and Princess were just walking around like this market. I'm telling you, it was basically like a mall of food stalls. Like there was so much food. Oh my god, it was insane. Like you would just walk, it was probably like half a mile one way and then half a mile like the other way. And it was just food stalls upon food stalls and food stalls. And so I told Princess, I was like, "Hey, like let's go eat something." And she was like, "What do you want to eat?" It was a lot of like fried Korean pancakes with seafood, a
Okay.
lot of pork items.
Yeah, because usually those are the fastest ones to cook.
Yeah, so it was a lot of pork items, a lot of chicken,
Mm-hmm.
like crunchy like chicken. Ah, so good. But I at that time like I've already had chicken. Like I want to try something new, something different, right? There was this lady that like she had like a pig head like right there that was already cooked. And I was like, not gonna lie, that looks pretty bomb, but I've had pig already. And so I told her, I was like, yo, let's just walk around until we find a place that's buzzing, you know, like straight up buzzing, buddy.
Yeah.
And so we're walking, and like this little tiny alley, we see people like just waiting outside, and we're like, oh, like I wonder what it is. And so I was like, yo, let's go over there and like let's just wait in line. Like we didn't even know what it was. We are just like, whatever, let's just wait here.
Mm-hmm.
And so outside they had like the little tanks with like the tiny octopus, and I was like, okay, I think I know what this is. And we waited there, and lady comes out. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. This might be a little racist, but I'm just, I'm gonna do the accent that the lady made. Okay?"
Okay.
She was like, "Oh, two people," and I was like, "Yeah, two." And she was like, "Okay." And then she was like, "Man," probably in Korean, like, "Man, how do I say this?" And she was like, "Uh, uh more people at table, okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And she was like, "Okay, okay, come in, come in." And so we ended up sitting next to two like old Korean dudes. Man, I'm telling you, these guys were drunk. They were so drunk. We sat down and they're like, "Oh, American." And I was like, "Yes, sir." And I was like, "Actually, Mexican and Princess Filipino." He was like, "Oh, okay, you come from America, you come from Mexico." And I was like, "No, like, we come from America." And he was like, "Oh, nice, nice." And he was like, "Drink?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do drink." He was like, "Okay, okay." And then he's like, he calls the server, and the next thing I know is like the server's coming with beer and soju, and he like serves us some soju and beer. He's like, "Oh, drink, drink," and we started drinking with this man. And the buddy was like, "What is going on?" But this man was lit as hell. He was like, "Oh, I practice English with you, okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And he was like, "Also, I buy drink," and I was like, "Yo, what up? Like,
You
let's
teach him
go."
English and he buys you drink. Joe, that's a
Yeah.
win, dude. That's a big
Yeah,
win.
so yeah, we started eating, and like we were just talking to this man. He was like, "Oh, Uh, so I heard like Mexico's really bad. Like there's a lot of crime. Like, would you say that's true?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, sometimes like, it is true. Like there's a lot of stuff." And he was just telling me like how Korea news portrays Mexico, like saying that we're dirty, like
Mm-hmm.
we steal and stuff. And I was like, "Man, that's pretty messed up." I was like, "No, I'm Mexican." I was like, "You think I'm scary?" He was like, "Oh no, you good friend." And I was like, "Yeah, see, like not
Yeah,
everybody's bad."
yeah. There we go. Everyone, be that drunken Korean man in that what was it? A street market? You said a street restaurant, or was it like a
Yeah,
restaurant? Restaurant?
a little restaurant inside like a flea market looking food court.
There you go. Be like that old man, old Korean man. He doesn't care. He just wants to
Yeah.
learn English and talk to a friend, you know? To a good friend.
Let me tell you, learning something new while drinking alcohol, while eating food, that's the best combination ever.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, so
Wholeheartedly agree.
yeah, we had the sashimi, we had the octopus, the egg yolk, we had the beer, we had the soju, drunk Korean dudes learning English. It was great. It was pretty cool.
Okay, so if I would say that when it would be the next time you're gonna visit Korea? Possibly.
Uh, I don't know. We were hoping to go this year, but the pandemic's still like going on and whatnot, and it's like
Yeah.
pretty rough to travel, especially like being in the army. Like we're pretty limited to like we have a lot of travel restrictions just because like they don't want us to get sick and whatnot.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, this year didn't happen. So hopefully by next year, like I'm trying to go to Korea and then go to the Philippines too. Cause
Oh, okay.
yes, sir.
Going from a
I
cold place
wanna.
to the hot place.
All right, so this is what I heard from a comedian. He was like, "Let me tell you, the Philippines is like the Tijuana of Asia." I was like, "Tijuana's in Mexico," so I'm like, "I'm Mexican. I'm probably gonna love it."
Dude, I've been saying this my entire life. Philippines is Mexico of Asia.
Yeah,
I've been saying
I
that my entire life. It might be false, it might be true. I don't care. To me, we share the same fears of the chancla, ours is the
yes,
chinelas.
sir.
We had moms are will use anything and everything as a way to hit you. It doesn't matter if it's a hand, a belt, or a hanger. She will find ways to hit you. Two, most
They'll
of
they'll grab the dog too. Come here, you goddamn dog.
exactly,
Throw it at you.
exactly, either hit you with it or throw something at you. Somewhat similar, in food, I guess. You know, like similar looking ones anyway. Not really go hand in hand. Like we have menu. Our menudo is completely different from y'all's menudo.
Oh, here's the funny thing. When I first met Princess, she was like, "Oh, my mom made menudo," and I was like, "Oh my god, yes! I want some menudo!" And then I got to her house, and I was like,
Oh no.
"Where's the menudo at?" And she was like, "This is the menudo," and I was like, "It was pretty good though. I like it."
Oh, dude, that is hilarious. Yeah, I remember I was talking to a couple of people. It's like, yeah, in our menudo we put potatoes, and one of my friends was like, potato? You sound so
So go
offended.
for potato menudo.
He was like, you don't put potatoes on menudo? I was like, Filipinos do. I was like, Mexicans don't. I was like, I'm not Mexican though. I just
Yeah.
said
Oh man.
Filipinos.
So, okay, so me and Princess did have this conversation. I was like, yo, y'all are basically Mexicans in Asia.
Yeah.
You know, we were both like conquered by the Spaniards and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. Freaking bastards. Our main religion is Catholicism.
Mm-hmm.
We have, like you said, we have like the menudos. Obviously, they're different. Tocino is different as well, but we have tocino.
Yours is just
A lot
bacon.
of stuff. And I feel bad. I don't know if this happened to you, but every time me and Princess go like to a restaurant or something, like they'll like if it's a Spanish speaking
I
restaurant,
think I
they'll
know where
speak
this is
Spanish to
going.
me.
I think I
Yeah,
know where
and
this
I'll
is
be like,
going.
yeah, I'll be like, yeah, like I want this in Spanish, right? And then they'll be like to Princess like, and you, mija, like, what do you want? And I'm like, what do you want, babe? And like Princess will reply in like English, and sometimes they'll be like, give the side eye like, oh, whatever. She thinks she's too cool to speak Spanish. I'm like, she's Filipina. She does not speak Spanish.
Happened to me
So hold your
twice,
horses.
brother. Happened to me twice already. And it's at the. I don't know if I've ever taken you to the taco spot in Kingsville, but happened to me twice there. I know I lied. Once there, then another once somewhere else. I forgot where, but I remember I was with my two whitest friends. You know, we went there. They ordered food. The waitress looked at me and straight up asked me in Spanish, super fast. Did not catch a word, and I was just like, and I talked to my to my buddy. I was like, "Hey, bro, what did she say?" And she was like, "Oh, you want what do you want? Do you want tacos? Yada 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 yada. Do you want something to drink, coffee, whatever?" I was like, "Oh, I started ordering my food in English, but she was
Yeah.
looking at me super confused. Then I looked over to my buddy. I was like, "Hey man, can you just help me out here?" He's like, "Yeah." So he pretty much just like tocino, avocado, uh,
Aguacate, yeah.
avocate, huevos, jalapeno, yada yada yada, queso, and taquito. And
Taquito.
whatever taco is, and I don't know. Is it taquito?
Yeah, you can say taquito. Taquito's like the diminutive of like taco.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
like taquito.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she looks back to me and she's like, "Oh, okay, okay." And then she said something about drinks and started listing lemon. I caught limonada, so I was like, "Ah, lemonade." But my like, I was still trying to figure out what she was trying to say. Like, all I heard was lemonade, so I was like, "Is she asking me about the drink? Like, what I
Yeah.
want for a drink?" So my friend looked at me and he was just like, "I got you, lemonade." And like he just said limonada. I was like, "Thank you." And she was just like
Yeah, man.
super like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa." This,
Oh,
white man speaks Spanish, but this Mexican looking motherfucker over here does not.
yeah.
You know?
Oh man, but yeah, I do feel bad because like I'm Mexican. I know a lot of Mexicans. I was born and raised in Mexico. There's some racist motherfuckers. Especially if it's a Mexican person that works at a Mexican restaurant and you look Mexican and they come and ask you in Spanish and you reply in English, whenever they go to the back, they'll talk shit. They'll be like, "Oh my god, that little Mexican looking dude over there, I spoke to him in Spanish and he replied in English. Like, can you believe that shit?" And there's this like the one thing they say, just because they're in America, they think they're this and that. Like, ugh. I've heard it because I worked
Uh,
at a Mexican restaurant.
I was about to say it's the same thing with some Filipino restaurants. Not gonna lie, but we're
Oh,
just
that
like
happens to me too.
but for us it's more like we just get annoyed by the elderly, because they think they're so, we need the respect, and we're like, we don't even know you, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you gotta show me some respect because I'm the customer. And I'm like, all right, Karen,
All right,
sure,
so
whatever you say.
talking about racism, oh man, racism is real in Korea.
Really?
So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the things that people don't see
Yeah, yeah.
and
Talk
don't
about
talk
that
about
one. Yeah,
in Korea.
that's a good spot discussion to talk about.
Give me 1 second, okay? I have to hang up because my audio is like messing up.
All right. Technical
Be right back.
difficulties and fixing. 3, 2, 1. We're back. Oh yeah. Before what were you saying before I cut you off? By the way, like
Oh,
the podcasting.
yeah, so yeah, we're probably gonna start a podcast. There's this app that shares your podcast through like Apple Podcasts, Google
Okay.
Podcasts, and whatnot. So, yeah, so it's gonna be about like comedy, kind of like our messed up lives and where we came from,
Hey, that's a
how
great
we
idea.
got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of us were not born here.
Yeah, in America, like you
Yeah,
and I.
we have some crazy back stories from like when we were in Mexico and whatnot, or whenever you were in the Philippines. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be like a most random podcast, but yeah,
Hey, I like it. I like the idea. Yeah.
discussions about stupid stuff and
Mhm.
yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Like hey, that's a great idea. That's pretty much like a tell us about yourself sort of thing. It's gonna be you and your brother, and I'm assuming Tay as well.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. That's cool. It's cool.
And one of the things that we're gonna need you in for
Yeah.
parenting similarities.
Yeah. All right. I'm down. Just just text me up. You're like, yo, where are we? Or I might even text you. When is that first when am I gonna show up? Huh?
Yes, sir.
When am I gonna show
Hey,
up?
we have our own house. We have an extra room. You know, maybe like once every like few months, just have you like come in.
Just a random appearance.
Yeah, but yeah, let's get back to what we're talking about.
But yeah, okay. The ugly side of Korea. You know, we saw the goods. You've talked about the greats. What is the bad parts about Korea?
Oh man, so looking at K like not looking, watching K dramas and stuff like that, you always have this belief that like Korea is a perfect city or like a perfect not city. What am I?
It's a
It's a
country.
perfect country, yeah. Uh, Korea seems like a perfect country. Like it seems like a clean place.
Yeah.
And it's really not that. Like they do a pretty good job at masquerading like the bad and the ugly. Um, One of the things that I realized when I was over there, oh man, you would be walking down the street, and the next thing you know is like you're whiffing this like smell of like urine, human crap. Like it just smelled like sewer like once in a while. Like you'll be walking and be like, oh man, somebody took a dump out here. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like it was bad. And it's almost impossible to find a freaking public trash can. It's
Really?
so hard. Yeah, like we went to Seoul, and man, there was probably like one trash can like 5 miles away from like the next one. Like it was crazy. And it's insane that like sometimes there like in the subway like there wasn't any trash cans, but it people have more respect in the subway. Like they're rarely like trashed. They're pretty clean for the most part, but like the streets like sometimes like there'll be like a lot of trash compiled into like a single like water drainage and stuff like that. And yeah, it
Okay.
was kind of sad to see. I was like, man, I thought like this was a beautiful like place, like perfect, but
I mean,
not every.
not everywhere is perfect, unfortunately.
Yeah, and yeah, so that was that. And then the other thing is like you see a lot of old people. Like I'm telling you, they're freaking old, still trying to like work or like pick up aluminum so they can sell it. Because apparently, like they don't have a pension plan or something like that. Like they don't
Yeah.
have a retirement and stuff like that. It's like pretty much like if you did not save your money when you were younger, like you're screwed. Like the government doesn't really help you.
Yeah.
And so you see a lot of old people like just working, and yeah, it's pretty sad. So that's kind of like one thing that like upset me a little bit because it's just sad seeing like old folks that are barely like hanging on, just like trying to make ends meet, and get some food.
Yeah. I mean, in Japan, I mean, I don't know about other places, but I remember reading an article where it's like Asian, well, for the least Japanese people tend to overwork themselves. So I'm assuming, like, as bad as it sounds, because I'm assuming, I just feel like Asian people are tend to be hard workers to a
Yeah,
point where they don't kind of see that they're overworking. So with
yeah,
that perspective, like you seeing old people working, I guess to them it's like a normal thing, but to Americans they have, when we get old we have the government giving us money to, to at least live, until we die of natural causes or whatever, pass away.
yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's kind of like the one thing. And like I said, like oh man, just going through some places, like you'll be walking and you'll be like, oh man, I'm hungry, and then you like take a deep breath and you're like, it's pretty bad.
Never
And
mind.
yeah, you're like, never mind. I don't know what they cooking up in here. Nah, I'm just kidding. I love like the food in Korea was absolutely amazing.
what was the
Oh my
best one
god!
that you ate in your
Oh
opinion?
my god! Let me tell you about this. So there's this
Go
dish
for it.
called uh
Ugh.
it's what are the flaming noodle like the super hot noodles called?
I know what you're talking. Is it the one with the chick, or
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, like the
chicken.
chicken drawing? I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let me get the name because that's the name of the dish. Buldak.
Oh, bulldog. Of course, that makes sense.
Buldak.
There's a duck.
Buldak. Yeah, so buldak or fiery chicken in English is a heavily spiced barbecue chicken dish. The literal meaning of the name is fire chicken, where bull means fire and dak translates to chicken. If you go to Korea, or honestly, if you go to a Korean restaurant that sells this, you need to try it because it's absolutely beautiful. It's like it's chicken, it's spicy, it has onions, it has I think they put a little bit of like cabbage, and they top that thing. It's topped with cheese. It's absolutely beautiful because you like take a piece of chicken, it's just like cheese everywhere. It's so good, and that's like one of the most popular dishes in Korea.
Oh, really? You know what?
Yeah.
Next time you guys come to Houston, I just found this out. There's a Korean restaurant that has karaoke rooms
Oh my god.
over at Katy. We went there for my cousin's graduation celebration. Unfortunately, they were booked on the karaoke room, so didn't we didn't do it. But the
Oh
food
man.
is amazing, so I highly suggest you guys visit them.
Oh yeah. Hopefully we'll
And
we'll
maybe
go
you
with them.
guys can do the episode here.
Yo, big bad. Hopefully we can go with them the next month because I really want to go back to Houston. I
Yeah,
love
dude,
it.
I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah, but yeah, talking about. Oh, so this is what I was like super stoked to talk to you about. Bulldog has a
Oh yeah,
lot of cheese. It has a lot of cheese. I went to Korean supermarkets and like g- they're not gas stations because you rarely see a gas station anywhere. So
that's
it's
true.
like a corner store, right? Cheese is really hard to find.
Really?
Yeah, and whenever you find it, it's like stupid expensive. But the dishes that have a lot of cheese are cheap. So I'm like, how the F do you make this work? Is this real cheese, Korea? Did you lie to me? Cause I don't care. I'll still buy it and eat it. It was so good.
I'm just
Where did
questioning.
the cheese come from?
I'm still gonna buy. I'm still gonna eat it. I'm just questioning about the cheese.
Yeah, where did the cheese come from, Korea? You made it appear out of nowhere. And
Show me the
yeah, man,
magic.
like I said, going back to like the racism stuff, racism in Korea is legit. Like it happens. There's a lot of clubs that would say Koreans only.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, and I remember like my buddy was like, "Yo, let's go to the club," and I was like, "All right, big bet, let's go." And we were just walking, and I was like, "There's a club right there. Like, can we not go in there?" And he's like, "No, no, no. Let's keep looking." And I was like, "Okay." Like we passed probably like five or six, and then we got to one, and he was like, "Oh, let's go to this one." And whenever we got inside, I was like, "Why didn't we go to the other ones? Like they seem pretty cool." He was like, "Oh, it's only Koreans. They don't take foreigners." And I'm like, "Oh, that's wild." Yeah, so it blew my mind. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah. Damn. Like you, exclusive clubs though.
Yeah, and I asked them, I was like, "What's the reasoning behind?" And they were like, "Oh, it's because Koreans don't like when foreigners like get drunk because sometimes they'll get too rowdy,
That's
and
true.
also like it's
Some yeah.
makes it difficult for like the servers to serve you." And I was like, "Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that makes
I don't
sense.
blame them."
Yeah, right. It was like after you hear the reason, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's true. I don't.
Hey, but food is a go everywhere you go. They don't care if you're Mexican, Italian, Japanese, Chinese, Puerto Rican. Hey, you got money, you can buy food, baby. Let's
Exactly.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just trying to
So,
make the ends meet and entertain you with their craft, you know. Okay,
yeah.
speaking of food, best food, either street food or like a full course meal, like a meal itself. What would you say is the best one you've had in Korea?
Oh, So I mentioned the bulldog earlier, right?
Yeah.
So the bulldog was, I think that's like my top number one restaurant food, the bulldog.
Okay. Well, what
And
about
then
street
my
food?
number one street food would have to be, I don't even like, they're like fish cakes. They look like corn dogs,
Hmm.
but it's a fish cake. And sometimes like they'll wrap the fish cake around like a hot dog, basically making it a corn dog fish cake.
True.
And like sometimes they'll put like just cheese in the middle, and oh, they're so good. They're so good. And it was super cheap because I think it was like $1 for two of them.
Oh wow.
And let me tell you, four of those things will get you full. Like you're Gucci for the rest of like the afternoon. Yeah, and then for dessert, there's this thing called uh, uh oh man, I forgot. But it's basically like a little pancake that they deep fried, and the little pancake has brown sugar in the middle, and it has like sunflower seeds and nuts, and it's so amazing. It's super good.
Okay. Okay. Best drink, either alcoholic, not or non-alcoholic.
I don't know. Man, that's crazy. Honestly, best drink is just soju in general. I love soju, man. So good. Um, when I was in Korea and I was super depressed, I would buy 3 bottles of grapefruit flavored soju, and I would probably spend less than $5 for like 3 of those. And I would get so drunk so fast because I would just chug them. And it was funny, the first time I went to a restaurant with my Korean buddies and I grabbed a bottle of soju for myself and I started drinking it, they were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Drinking soju, like what?" And they're like, "You don't pour it in a shot glass?" And I'm like,
It's a bottle.
"Why?"
It's a tiny bottle. It's like this
Yeah,
bottle. It was like
it
small
was
bottle.
300, it's basically like this bottle.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a tiny ass bottle.
So I'm like, "It's just for me, like y'all got your own bottles." And they're like, "No, you serve it on a shot glass." I'm like, "My bad, I'm an alcoholic."
Oh, speaking of the soju, I tried the restaurant I was talking about had yogurt soju.
I
That's
hate that thing.
but the bottle is like I think I have one here. Hold on. It's as tall as this.
Wait, let me see it. I can't see it. More towards the middle.
It looks like this.
Oh my god, what the hell?
Yeah, like compared to a water bottle,
Yeah.
I ordered a yogurt soju that straight up tastes like Yakult.
Yeah, it does taste
It's
like a
like
cold.
I was like, yo, no, I was trying to I was having everyone try. I was like, yo, is it not? Tell me it's not just me that thinks I'm not alcoholic enough to just think this is Yakult, and everyone's like, yeah, that tastes like Yakult, like straight up, and
Yeah, so
it's crazy. I was like, holy shit, that was good.
my friends here in America, like they like the yogurt flavored soju, and whenever they run out of it, like sometimes they'll buy like the Yakult itself,
Mhm.
and you can just mix it with the regular soju and it's the same thing.
Mhm.
And I'm like, "Man, that I don't know how y'all do it. That messes up my stomach." And they're like, "It's so good." And I'm like, "I'd just rather take shots of straight soju with no flavor and die." No, but
They
yeah,
want to go
so
with they want to go
it's
in with a flavor.
it's crazy because oh man, this year, like at the beginning of the year, oh man, I was pretty bad because I was drinking a lot of soju. I was probably drinking like a liter of soju on Friday,
I
and then
remember.
1 liter of soju on Saturday. I would black out, and I was like,
I
first of
remember.
all, that's a lot of calories to be taken in. I need to lose weight because I'm in the army, and they're like, "You're fat, man," and I was like, "Bet." So I was like, I need to stop drinking soju. And then second of all, I'm an alcoholic, dude. The only thing I look forward to the weekend is me getting fucked up and passing out.
I was about to say you're Mexican, man. You're it's somewhere in your genes and my genes apparently. We're bound to get drunk some point. and from then on, you'll be somewhat consistent about it.
All right, for legal reasons, this doesn't. I can't even speak. For legal reasons, I did not do this, but for entertainment purposes, I did actually do it. I did do it. I had my first bottle of wine when I was 9 years old.
Yeah. Damn.
I was getting, I was getting fucked up by 13 years old in Mexico. In Mexico, not
I
in the
mean,
U.S. In Mexico.
in Mexico, yes. I mean,
Yeah. Not in the States for legal reasons. Not in the States because I was still a Mexican child without papers. So,
eh,
yeah,
eh,
man.
so
So,
you're not at fault here, in either
yeah,
situations.
yeah.
Hey
But
man,
yeah, man, it's crazy.
I was about to
I
say,
was
hey
like,
man, I know people who drank at 9 to 13 year olds in Philippines. You know, I
yeah.
didn't do it because I didn't really like the taste of it back then or the smell of it. But now, give me a Shiner Bock any day, and that's all I need, baby.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I was like, I need to stop drinking that soju. Soju gets you. Like
Yeah, I
you can
remember.
mix it
Remember
with
that.
something, you
Remember
cannot taste
the.
it.
Remember when you guys were at that Houston hotel and you guys invited me over,
Oh my God.
dude. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie. I was buzzing, like I felt it. I was like, uh oh, this is. I'm only on my second shot, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta chill out real quick here before I go home,
Yeah.
which I did.
Oh man,
But I
but
did lose my ticket that night, so I forgot how I got up, but I remember losing my ticket.
my brother paid for the $30 fine.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Yeah, because you were like, yo, let's go get some hot dogs, and that happened. I'm not gonna lie, I was super drunk. I acted stupid in a
Hey
little
man,
situation here and there, but it was the best weekend
yeah,
I've had in the past. When was this? 2000?
you good question, dude. I have no idea. I thought it
I
was
think it
last
was,
year. I thought it was like early 2020, but it could have been
no,
late 2019.
I think it was like, yeah, towards the end of 2019. Oh man, that was literally the best weekend. My brother and I spent like $800 each in like 2 days.
Holy shit!
Yeah, we party hardy. That was a good weekend. H Town, oh, I love it.
And you guys did even bar? Did you guys bar hop then? I don't remember if I asked you guys then.
We did in the early like afternoon of Saturday. We bar hopped to like we went to like this arcade bar. It was
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool.
okay. So you guys, wait, did you guys went through downtown or just around Minute Maid?
I don't even know. I think we
It's
went
been
to
a
like
while.
downtown area.
Okay, I mean either way, there's still like great bars there. Midtown also has some decent bars.
All right, so this is how Saturday was. We went to eat brunch. We got fucked up with mimosas.
Yeah.
All right, and then after that, we're like, "Yo, let's go to a bar." We went to the arcade bar, and we were drinking beer. We were drinking cocktails, and then we were like, "All right, let's go somewhere else." I don't remember where we went after that. And then we were like, "Let's go to the hotel room," and then we started drinking soju. And then you came in. We played some coop, and then we're like, "Let's go get hot dogs," and I was already gone. Like I
Yeah.
was gone.
Not gonna lie, my sisters and I did that recently. We went bar hopping with them, and then the next day we just went through a brewery where we drank more beer, and then I was like, I'm going home. I'm done drinking for a while. You know, I've had my fair
Um,
share of beers and stuff. Then when I went to Colorado like a few weeks, like this past week for my birthday. Um,
how was it?
oh, dude, it was great going alone. It was so fun. I made friends with my fellow guests because they thought I was an
Nice.
intruder, or at first they thought I was an intruder. Then they thought I owned the place, but I was like, nah, I'm just
I'm
a
just here
guest.
chilling.
I'm just here to chill it. How about you guys? I was like, we're just here to chill it, you know. So cool. We hang out. We hung out. Then I went to bar hop downtown. I went to this bar called Star Bar.
Hmm.
Karaoke nights, Tuesdays and Thursday nights. I went
Yes,
to the
sir.
Thursday night one because I went to there's a bar here by me that has karaoke nights Tuesday nights. I would go, but it's Tuesday, and I have work the following day.
Yeah, Tuesday. That's kind of like,
Yeah,
really
yeah. If it was Thursday, I would go because I don't give a fuck about no Friday. I could just sleep. Like I could just
2 hours.
yeah, I could just like
It's like
survive.
just the fact that it's Friday. You're just like, all right, let's get this done.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like today I was so done with work. I was just like, ah, let's just keep, let's just finish the day, and I can go home do this podcast. And I'm thinking of streaming, so we'll see. But
Hey,
but yeah, like Colorado was fun. Star Bar, I did a couple of songs and at the karaoke. I did it because no one fucking knows me there. I was literally a one and gun kind of guy. You know,
that.
only
Oh man,
one
that's
night.
what I. Let me interrupt you a little bit. That's one thing I want people to understand. Okay, if you're gonna go out, even if you go out with friends and whatnot, who gives a fuck? Do whatever you want to do. Be happy, man. These people, they don't know who you are, and you probably won't see them ever again. Maybe the bar owners, if you go back again, like they'll be like, man, this guy sucks at singing. But who cares? Just like enjoy yourself, like have some fun.
I killed it, dude.
I bet you did. I know you did.
I killed it. I sang Aerosmith's "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing." Woo!
I don't wanna fall asleep.
Exactly. Exactly.
Got
I
that
killed
face,
it.
you baby.
I killed it. Everyone's like, "Hey man, you coming here often?" I was like, "Ha ha ha! You'll only see me once, bro.
Yeah, it's
Just
like
one
I'm a
night
one
only."
and
This is like,
done.
you don't even know who I am. You just know me as
You know,
Ray. You don't know my last name. You don't know who I am. You don't know where I
first
live.
name Rain, last name Deer, baby. Let's go.
But yeah, what else can we talk about Korea? We kind of went to a lot of tangents because you know, you pretty much talked a lot about Korea as like through your own experience when you were
Yeah,
there during your time. You talked about the goods and the bads, the good side and the bad sides of Korea, the and how you know their anti foreigners policy makes sense. You
yeah.
know,
I don't. I honestly,
you can't disagree with it. You'll be like, hey,
yeah,
that's kind of rude, but I get it. You know, I'm not gonna bother with it, sort of thing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's gonna be hard for the servers to understand what you're saying.
Mhm.
It's gonna be hard for you to order.
Mhm.
Uh, you get crazy. Koreans are pretty chill.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and if they're gonna fight, they're fighting outside.
I actually never saw anybody fight there. Only, only Americans. Only Americans.
Wait, hold on. Deja vu moment just now. When you said only Americans, I was just like, whoa. You had the same like deja vu, bro. Like your hat and everything,
This
same
just
friend.
happened.
I was like, whoa, the fuck. Okay, that's awesome.
You hit a continue somewhere in life.
I know, right?
Continue?
I
Yeah.
I, I had a reboot. That's my save. No, that's where I saved last time.
Yeah.
I clicked. I paused the game, save game, then back to my game.
Oh man, talking about games. Oh, I just finished Resident Evil 7. Oh man.
I
Wait, dude,
got
we got another podcast talking about video games.
Yo, actually, I'm down. Maybe next week. Maybe next week.
I'm down. I ain't got nothing to do on Thursdays.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I can do all week actually. Actually, no, I don't like it doing it on Saturdays because I uploaded the final following day. I need to edit it out and render it and shit. But yeah, like so are you gonna play 8? Have you played 8? Or have you started 8?
Yeah, so Princess got me Resident Evil Village, which is
Ooh.
the eighth one,
Yeah.
and it came with Resident Evil 7. So I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
all right. So it's funny how it started because I was like, I'm stoked. I want to play Resident Evil Village. Let's go. And whenever I got into my computer, I was like, what is Village? Like, is Resident Evil Village like a little like side game or whatnot? So I started Resident Evil 7, and I was like, ooh, this is the house. Like, I went to like a house, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna see the vampire lady. Like, this is gonna be lit. And then I kept playing, and I was like, there's no vampire lady. And I was like, wait a minute, this is not the game that I wanted to play. I ended up playing Resident Evil 7. I finished it. It was so good. It was scary. And I started Village, but I'm on vacation, so
Yeah.
I haven't really gotten the chance to play it more. But yeah, I've played pretty much all of them, and oh,
How often do
I'm
you guys
stoked.
play PC games nowadays?
Ah, man, I stopped. So for me, like, I go through phases. So like, there's the phase where I'll play video games like every day for like 4 months in a row, and like, there's the phase where I'm like, I just want to watch YouTube videos,
Yeah,
maybe watch a show or a movie, and so I haven't played games in a while, honestly. I
I
think
feel that.
since Apex Legends last season ended, like that's whenever I stopped playing.
Okay, you're
So
just
it's
waiting for
been
the
like
new
a month.
season. Yeah, I know a lot of people are pretty much heading over to Apex now after Call of Duty's Warzone stuff went to debacle. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people are like complaining about the game's balances ever since Cold War, so they went to Apex, which I played formerly. I won one game. Oh no, two. I lied. I won two games. First time I didn't do anything. Second time I got the final kill.
Hey, it's hard. It's really
It's
hard.
actually compared to Warzone. Warzone I have so many. I mean, then again I have more games with Warzone, but I'm used to Call of Duty mechanics.
Yeah,
Apex
it's
is following Battlefield mechanics, and I barely played Battlefield stuff, so I'm
yeah,
not used to their sniping at all.
it's like Apex is more fast paced. There's
That's true.
like more jumping around,
That's
more like
true.
doing this and that, and
Who's that robot, that android that with the sling or with the
uh
grapple thing that lets you
I was
rappel?
about to say Winston, but that's
Pathfinder.
freaking yeah,
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
There you go, Pathfinder. I love him. I was a Lifeline main because
I can't do it.
she was easy to play. All you have to do is revive people, pull out the med bot.
Oh man, it's not the same because all you have to do is just tap the revive and the bot does everything. But before it was just
Really?
you hold it and stay there.
Wow. So is there still a shield for her? I remember the shield whenever you're reviving people.
Yeah, I know that's all new stuff. Before she didn't really have much. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Damn, that's hilarious. But yeah, that was the last time. Then I tried who's the teleporter chick? Uh
Teleported
she's like,
Wraith?
yeah. I tried
She
her.
put the portal and stuff.
Yeah, she was confusing. I didn't know how to use her portals much. I tried who was it? Who was it? It's not caustic. It's one of the shooters. Like just straight up shoot.
Mirage?
I don't remember actually. It's been a while, but yeah, I tried Apex. I find like there's like somewhat of a learning curve because I've never played any, EA related games. I'm mostly Call of Duty guy throughout my life. So
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the bullet drops. I mean, I played uh, Hardline barely. I was pretty decent with the sniping there, but I played like just that one game, so I can't really say I kept up with the mechanics much. But yeah, yeah, Apex is fun, man. Did
Yeah,
they,
it's
did you guys have a new map or is it still the other map?
oh man, there's been a
That's
lot.
true. Why am I
There's
asking that? That's such a dumb question. Like, what season are you guys on?
I think this is the ninth season.
Ninth season.
I
It,
think so. I don't remember.
do you guys usually get like a new map per season, or is it like every other season you guys get a new map?
I think every season there's like a little bit of changes to the map.
Like a big, like you guys get a brand new map. You know, not like
How many map changes has it been? Yeah, I mean, we got like 2 or 3 new maps like this past season. I don't know if
oh
they've done
wow,
anything for this season. Yeah.
okay, damn nice. Yeah, that's what Warzone needs to do because they've only had one. They've only had one map, and even though it's 1984 style, it's still the same map. It's it's
Yeah,
it's still the same map, same old map, same spots.
must get boring. Yeah.
It gets boring, but I mean I'm used to it. I played it a lot. Like I said, I'm a Call of Duty guy, so I don't really mind it.
I tried it a little bit, but I was like, it's not my thing. Too slow pace. Like,
Really, I find it just too. I know a lot of people. Oh, you mean Warzone?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I agree. A lot of people complain about a lot of my buddies complain about that as well. Like you gotta loot and you have this giant ass map to loot everywhere on, and then whereas in Apex, I think Apex map is smaller because you can run across faster too.
Yeah, it is way smaller, and I think only one of the maps that came out last season had cars, so that was pretty cool. You could get like anywhere
Okay.
pretty fast.
Yeah. See that was the big thing about Call of Duty was vehicles. You know, they have helicopters, ATVs, four wheelers, trucks, all sorts of things to get
Yeah,
around.
we need some of that in Apex. I think
But
I only played like 2 matches of Call of Duty, and I was like, nope, I'm uninstalling. That's 100 GB that I have on my computer that
yeah,
I'm probably not gonna play.
yeah, yeah. The 100 gigabytes is somewhat of a deal breaker. I don't know why. I haven't played the game in a long while, so don't. I don't really know what to do with it because I want to play it again, but none of my friends would play it. So I was like, I hate playing solo, even though I got third last time. But but yeah, I don't like playing solo when it comes to battle royale. You know, if if
It's
yeah, it's not as fun. That's why I play zombies.
I
Easier.
like zombies.
Yeah, zombies is fun. That the only reason why I haven't touched. Oh, that's a lie. I haven't touched campaign. I actually uninstalled campaign. I still haven't touched it till this day. I played a little bit of the multiplayer, and by a little bit, I mean I literally just used one weapon, well, two weapons, the tomahawk and the knife. That's all I used. I got, I had multiple games where I went 50 plus with like less than 20 deaths. I'm like, you
Oh
guys
man,
all suck.
you
Get
guys suck. Get better, bro.
yeah. I was like
Hit the
some.
practice range.
There was one game where I just like I showed up to like I'm playing domination and they were on one of our flags. I went through this house, jumped down, knife all three back to back to back,
Oh my
and
god.
and and everyone like they have like this some sort of like post mortem voice chat where you can hear what they say and it's like what the fuck he's like a ninja, and then during the
We
game
don't need that.
exactly they're like at the play of the game sort of thing like they had like oh yeah like best play sort of thing.
Yeah.
They showcased
Little hog
my
pen.
yeah, pretty much. They showcased my triple knife kill, and I was just like, bro, you guys suck, bro. Like, what the fuck? Get back to like old school, like go back to like campaign or some shit, dude. I was
Oh
just,
my god. You're so toxic, man.
it's great. That's peak Call of Duty, bro. That's peak
I
Call of
can't.
Duty. It's within their roots. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Xbox lobby made sure of it. But anyway, we kind of went off in a tangent here.
Yeah.
We went from Korea to video games. We kind of went, you know, We talked about doing a video game episode, which I'm down.
Yeah. Still gotta happen.
Mm-hmm. And then now we're talking about Call of Duty Warzone versus Apex
And
Legends,
you being toxic.
and being toxic to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War players because they are trash. The multiplayer's trash. The only good game you should play from that game is Zombies.
Zombies.
It's
Yes, sir.
and even now it's kind of boring because I just played a lot of it last week, like the week before I left. That's all I played, so I'm kind of burnt up for a bit. But
Probably
yeah,
not gonna play it for a while.
yeah. So anyway, any more Korean topics you want to indulge in?
I think that's it.
That's
I
it,
think
too, sir.
we covered a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It was a lot. You pretty much covered like an hour and a half worth. Like 1:15, the minimum was the I think was when we stopped. But ever since then, like I mean, that's still over an hour. That's still pretty good. That's a
Yeah.
good words topic. But yeah, well, my dear good sir, if that's all you have to say about Korea, we have the good side and the bad side. My face is really oily now. Thank you, light.
Look at mine too.
I don't know. I got a face.
Got that little spot over here.
But yeah, the good side and the bad side of Korea, with the best highlights and the downness of the lowest of lows, like the sewage smell. But anyway, Lorenzo, thank you for joining me tonight as you talk about Korea and flamingos. I think you didn't really talk about it. You just showcased it. But
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Anyway, what else do you wanna shout out or talk about before we head out into our fine evenings?
I think that'll be it for now. Yeah, like don't be a fucking asshole. Be cool. Like there's nothing wrong with being cool. Be respectful. Don't be racist. That's pretty much all I got to say. If you got an opportunity, take it. Don't be afraid of anything, cause you are your biggest fear. That's it.
Biggest fear, guys. Anyway, thank you for having us tonight. My name is Ray, and final time, my friend Lorenzo. Thank you for joining us.
Flamingo
And
boy.
Flamingo Boy and the reindeer. Even though this might be a moose, I don't really know. We're out of here. Thank you for watching / listening, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.
안녕.
I can do that too. I can do the Doctor Strange one too. All right. Peace.